Hey everybody, and welcome to the Rancid Red podcast. And today we're joined with Febreze, Ocean, and Stars.
What up, B?
And yeah, so we got 4 people this time. This is the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
Anyway,
New experiences.
as I like to say, who wants to start the first topic?
I'm gonna take this one.
Go ahead.
So, y'all, I'm sure you guys have gone to like a Microsoft or Apple store or something.
What's Microsoft?
And it's boy, and it's just a bunch of people trying to sell you stuff, but like there's never enough of them, so you have to wait online and stuff.
Kinda true.
So I went today with my mom when she went to go get her new Surface Pro, so they didn't scam her out of buying stuff so she doesn't need.
Yeah.
And the entire thing was like, it's like you were going to the YMCA. Like there's an entire section devoted to like classes. They literally had a Minecraft coding class.
What the heck?
Yeah, so basically Minecraft Education Edition, which is a thing apparently.
Like I knew
Has
that
a
was a thing
coding
in other
attachment.
countries, but
I think
No,
that's
it's
just
here.
I think that's just Microsoft's way to appeal to a younger audience, I guess, in a
a
way.
Yeah.
younger audience. They have like 6-year-olds playing this game. Who are they trying to
It's
appeal?
true.
Infants?
They
Yeah.
literally added in my middle school there was a Minecraft class, and
Nice.
for it, and then for an entire semester you get to play Minecraft.
That's upsetting.
That's
this
I mean,
world's
that,
going
I,
to shit.
I'd rather have that than any other class, but come on, really?
I mean, I bet back then that
Yeah.
was the greatest thing in the world, but like,
Now,
it's just like it shows you how far our generation's really going with our lives.
Yeah. So in the Microsoft store, they had, a bunch of kids learning how to code with Minecraft behind the counter, and then the entire every Xbox on every wall, there was a bunch of TVs with kids, like every single Xbox. They had like 10 Xboxes lined up with just kids playing Fortnite, and I was
that's more
saddened.
depressing, to be honest.
I was saddened so much.
Literally,
But it
my
was
only,
even worse. It
my
was
only
even worse.
experience.
They have a TV like outside in the middle of the walkway of the mall,
Yeah.
and it was set to, first of all, it was set to a Mixer stream, which
Really?
trash.
Mixers are... Wait, isn't Mixer like a wannabe Twitch?
It's a wannabe Twitch made by Microsoft. So it was set to a Mixer stream by a Fortnite YouTuber, and the stream had
Sad.
ended. And I swear to God, if that's ice,
It is.
It's ice.
God,
It's
we're
ice.
not letting him... Alright, so guys,
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt his story, but we've been trying to get Ice to start this stupid podcast for a solid hour. He just now came online after we started.
Should we try
So-
for 5 people? Question mark.
We are not going to... If we're going to do
No.
5 people, we're not letting him in.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright,
Be on the ready,
so-
Stars. We got to move him out of here if he tries to join.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, anyway.
So yeah, so I was just deeply saddened by. It was funny seeing how the entire thing changed, but it's like, why?
Honestly
Why are
speaking,
there a
though,
bunch of kids playing Fortnite?
the only
Oh,
experience I've ever had on a Microsoft store is just walking down the mall strip, down the middle walkway,
Mhm.
and then just poning little kids in Injustice on that middle TV
Yeah.
while my parents shop and stuff. It was pretty much my childhood.
I forgot to mention there was always two. There was also 2 kids there on the laptop displays where you can test them out, just playing Paper.io.
Oh no.
Paper.
It's like
It's like Splix.
it's Splix, but worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Because
friend
the
had.
connection time.
I relatively enjoyed Splix for the most part, but
Okay, try thinking about
It's
it this
bad.
way. Imagine being a parent, going shopping, and then having your son in front of one of those TVs, just playing stupid games. How would you feel about that?
It's like the GameStop store. It's like they did that in GameStop for so long, and now Microsoft is taking its place.
When I was little, my parents, whenever they wanted to go to the mall, they would leave us at the, like the little couches and relaxing chairs, whatever they're called.
A play place.
So we wouldn't go in there and be tempted to touch everything. There was one time where my parents did let us go in there, and we almost broke a lot of things. We don't talk about
Feels
that.
bad, man.
Alright,
Seems
so
great.
I kid you all not. 2 days ago, my dad walked into my room. He's like, "What's that game where it's a lot like Hunger Games, but like, what's that game where you have to like build and like?" I'm like, "Fortnite." He's like,
no.
"Yeah, look at this." He shows me a video. Well, not a video, a
No.
magazine.
Oh
That,
no.
that had it literally was like an advertisement. This couple wanted a tutor to help their son.
Oh, I
get better
saw
at
Oh, I
that.
saw that too.
How crazy!
This
That was
couple wanted a
$20 an
tutor.
hour.
20
What's
bucks an
behind that,
hour
too? Like,
to
what was the
teach their
reason?
son how to play Fortnite.
What was the
oh,
reason for like the parents to do that?
Because the
I
kid
don't know.
wanted to win
Her
the
kid
champion.
wanted to.
It kind of shows you how spoiled kids can be sometimes, like in our generation.
Sadly,
Mhm.
brother, and all day he gets on my father's PlayStation, and he puts on his $10 Family Dollar headphones, gaming headphones, and then he puts them on and connects them to the TV, and he plays literally with a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 10-year-old. Those are his only friends on the Xbox. Not on the Xbox, it's PlayStation.
That's sad,
How old
dude.
is he?
And like he doesn't even know these people in real life. These people are like in Afghanistan and stuff like that.
That's kind of depressing, to be honest.
No,
Do
he's
any of us know like the people we play the most with online, like in real life?
makes me really mad. And he failed the 6th grade. The 6th grade. Because he played Roblox instead of doing his homework
Yeah, that's
Nice.
a problem.
all year. At the end of the year,
Problem.
he had over 200 missing assignments, and
You
that
can
caused
call
him
it that.
to fail.
I can say I was a victim to video games, like, and having it affect my life as a child, or at least it would definitely like consume most of my time instead of doing homework. But I think most kids go through that phase though.
I was never
It's
allowed
still
at my grandma's
see,
house, and I never
it's-
was that. So
like video games still take up most of my time in the free time, but it never takes up so much of the time that I don't get homework done.
Yeah. Well,
Like
that's quite.
usually
that's quite the
I'll do
opposite
my
of me.
homework at like 9. But
You
it
know
still
what's
gets
really-
done.
You know what's really depressing? My parents found like knew I had an addiction as a child, so like ever since a child, the rule has always been like I can't play video games during the school year. Like only during the summer.
Rip.
what?
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's alright because if you when like I do a lot of sports, so like it usually consumes all my time. So it's just a mix between doing sports and hanging out with my friends. So honestly, I found out I could live without video games.
I find it funny how my parents say that they're not going to buy us any electronics or games anymore because we're spoiled brats. You know, we never get what we ask for and we never ask for anything. But my mom tells us that, and then my stepdad like agrees with her. But then 2 days later, he brings home a laptop for you that you didn't even flip and ask for, and then he says,
Nice.
"Stop asking for things."
yeah.
Mom is gonna be so mad. Don't let her know. And then like I'm keeping this a secret. And then like once my mom walks in the door, he goes, "Hey, guess what? Whatever this child's name is convinced me to buy a brand new laptop, and they have to pay me back $100 because that's how much it was." And I'm just like, "That's not even that much." Okay. But then you get in trouble and you didn't even ask for it.
My laptop's a hand-me-down from like 2011.
Rip.
Mine,
You know, it worked.
I don't even have it anymore because I didn't clean my room. And one day I just
Don't you live in the basement?
Yes, I am in the basement. I cleaned it today because I knew I was going to end up getting my phone taken away if I don't like to know.
Have you guys ever actually seen like either like a friend or somebody in your grade be a victim of like just being, or not really a victim, but just be really spoiled?
Yes.
They get really
yeah.
upset when
Yeah.
Oh
when they
yeah.
don't get what they want.
Dude, the rich kids in my grade are so annoying. They're just they're so unbelievably cocky. It it's just like no one likes them.
And you gotta think about it. The kids that are like that, they're most likely the ones who are never going to find a job because they always act that way towards like their boss or something.
Yeah.
No, it's not even actually no. The ones that are like that probably will find a job because if they're super rich, that means their parents could probably find them a job.
No, what I see is that they're not going to be able to take care of their families very well.
True.
And
Or
you gotta
they're-
think, it's not them that's rich; it's their parents.
True.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like my cousin, she is one of those people, and we hang out with her for like a month or two every summer. She's like 3 hours away, but we don't talk about that. She doesn't like really do much stuff around the house, and her little brother doesn't do anything either. And me and my grandma were like, we couldn't sleep one night, so we woke up at 1 in the morning to gather around her moldy kitchen table with our protozone. That's not what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. It's like moxicillin or something like that to make us sleep. But we huddled around with her hot cocoa and after we took those, and we're talking about how spoiled she is and how she's not going to be able to take care of her family or anything like that, you know?
What the fuck?
Very far in our house.
You guys want to hear about how spoiled my one friend is?
Sure.
Do it, man.
So for the most part, my district is a pretty rich community. You know, at the same time, a lot of the money comes into our school district. But for the most part, I had this one friend who I knew was rich. I mean, if you've ever been to her house, is a renovated castle.
Wow.
It's actual castle and has its own castle room and stuff, and it's huge, pretty much.
Well, it's a castle. I'd expect it to have a castle room.
Yeah. So, anyways, I remember one time in my math class, it was towards the end of the school year, and I was talking to her about getting a job, because the way my family works, or at least the way my parents work, it's like, if I need money, they'll give me money, but like, if I ask for too much, they're not going to give it to me.
Like if you ask for a simple $5 or something, they might give it to you.
Yeah, just $5 to go out, but it's not like they're giving me like $50 and I can keep the change. They expect change back, and like, you know, I'm smart with my money, so it's not like I need that much anyways. So I was talking to this girl like, hey, you know, I was talking about my summer plans. I'm like, I want to get a job because if I really want to go out that much and I want to have a fun time, I'm gonna need money, and I don't want to keep asking my parents for money because like that's gonna be really annoying to deal with. And she was like, oh, you know what, I need a job too. And the thing that confused me is I remember her telling me prior to this is that she gets an allowance of $100 every week.
Wow.
Right?
What?
To spend on whatever she
That's
wants.
like that's 400. In 2 months, you almost have $1,000.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
insane.
So
That's
I was
real
talking.
rich kid
So
hours.
I brought that up there. I'm like, well, from all people, why would you need a job? And she was like, oh, because last week I spent $400 on my mom's credit card, so she wouldn't give me allowance this week.
Sorry, man. I'm allergic to that number. I'm allergic to that idea.
And I was so confused. And I'm like, okay, what did you spend $400 on? And she said, oh, you know what? I needed new outfits I would actually wear. And I was like, and I know her. I'm like, how many bathing suits do you have already? Like, why do you need to buy way more for one summer? And she's like, at least 40.
Oh,
And I'm really confused here because I use one pair of like swim shorts for like 2 years, and this lady's like just go balling all out.
I have.
And I'm like, and I told her, you don't need this stuff, you want this stuff, and there's a big difference between that. I guess you'll never know. And it honestly is not her fault. She's born that way, but like she's born into that type of lifestyle. But it's like, it's saddening, you know. To see all
Yeah.
that.
My parents never gave me they never gave me any money. And I asked for my dad $20 to go to this thingy with my friend, and he goes, $20? I don't know if you'll be able to go now, but I've been
Exactly.
I've been saving up money since I was 6. I've been finding money on the ground, and I've been taking money out the water, and I have. And
Honestly, props to you.
I'm literally saving up enough money just so I can buy camping gear, so I can go camping at least once. And I finally bought a tent that was $60. I'm proud of myself, but I'm severely allergic to grass. And now I realize
Wait, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So how's that gonna work out? Why?
I don't know, but I have it set up in my room, and I like to go in it. Like I'm gonna.
You have a tent in your room?
sad.
No, I feel like that's so much fun, but like, what?
Feels. I'm so sorry.
And honestly, no other subject of like spoiled people. It's like they're so encased in this own bubble of, you know, like this is what life is and it must be the same for everybody. But like just a few weeks ago, like see, I think the good thing about Discord is you get to hear about other people's stories and you get to connect with other people you'd never
I'm so
expect to. And
I met all of you on Discord, and I don't remember how I met any of you, except for Febreze.
So I met a kid once who was
knows?
telling me about how he pays for literally everything that he owns, like everything in his room. He paid for, and is like he pretty much anything he needs, he has to pay for it himself. It's not like his parents will help him out, and that goes along for college and cars and stuff. But it's like you would have never known that. Or like all these rich people would never know that ever in their life because they're so encased in the whole entire idea of like, oh, my parent. I know at the end of the day, my parents are just gonna give me more money.
Yeah.
Sad.
On that topic, though,
It's really sad.
I gotta just say something about the schedule. Yeah, it's screwed up. We're all busy. This is actually the first day in like 3 weeks I've actually gotten enough people to get together to do this. So in the coming future, it might start being like every other week or just like not on specific days of the week.
Hey, if I was here for that month that I was gone, I would have been able to do it whenever you asked me to.
Yeah.
But I was at Dad's house.
We did answer your question in the last episode of podcast.
What question? I haven't watched it yet. I've been trying to catch up on all my...
I have no idea what your question was. I forget. But yeah. So also, Stars is actually the admin of our server. Treat him with respect.
Yeah,
or I'll kill you.
I'm the new admin here.
Congratulations.
Call me Discord if you want. I basically run all the tech behind this place.
That's
Well,
nice.
what is there tech wise to run
The bots.
on the Discord server?
Like you guys don't see
The
it, but there's a lot of
bots,
like
stuff like
hidden
that.
channels that run certain things.
Buying me games on
And
Steam just because I
I'm
got them.
actually
and
I'm
it's-
coding a bot right now
Yeah.
for this server specifically.
I got you.
Someone getting me a $10 game on Steam.
You see, if
That's
the
like-
game I bought a $20 gift card, and if the game I was going to get wasn't $15, I would happily give you $10.
Because I was, because I got them a boob bot,
Wait, what game are you trying to get?
What?
an NSFW bot. They're going to be getting me Gmod because I'm too poor to, like, pay for anything myself.
Just
Gmod's
wait,
like
just wait for a
$10 or
sale.
something.
Just
I
wait
know.
for a sale. It's $5 sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like 2.
All right, you guys want to change topics?
Yeah, I just had.
Yeah,
I
let's
just
go
had
to the
throw
next
that out
one.
there. All right.
Broken electronics.
Yeah. All right.
Let's talk about all the electronics we broken.
Who wants to go
in our
first
life.
of that? Because I have a number. It might take a while.
I'll go. I'll go.
All right.
No.
So
no.
my
All right. Let
Febreze.
Febreze go.
Okay.
Alright.
So, I got a laptop. It was like one of my favorite laptops for Christmas, even though I didn't ask for one of these laptops. It's like a Transformer laptop. The Zen laptops, like
Can
you can drop
transform.
apart and all that stuff like that. I didn't ask for one of those. I asked for a gaming laptop, but I got one anyways. And it had like a regular phone charger, and I have troubles using those. Don't know why, but like I always jam them in too hard. And one day I jammed in the charger hard, and like the entire metal piece that like it's inside where like the charge like broke off from everything else, and now whenever you shake the laptop it rattles, and it's completely
Oh
unusable.
no, so sad.
Send it to like 6 different technicians, and like they did, or whatever they're called, like computer doctors. I don't know anything, but
Computer doctors. I love it.
You mean
they
the
weren't
Geek
able
Squad?
to fix it. Like
You
they
mean
weren't
tech
able
It's
to,
support?
not even good, to be honest.
where like you can't open them, and so they're unable to fix it without breaking it, and then putting like
Just
break
open it up.
and parts to put stuff in. So, buy that laptop. Got this crappy one now that I don't even have anymore because it's in my parents' room with my guitar that I don't even know how to play that I just wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
guys want?
So
Can I talk about my phone real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so
Yeah.
the last phone I had, I had it for like 2 years, and the reason it broke was because of my own stupidity.
I've never been.
So
one
I was
small-
being a little bit more stupid than usual, and we have a deck in the backyard, right? And my dad got me and two of my friends to try to take it down. So we had our hammers and stuff, and we were tearing it apart. And I don't know what I thought would happen if I did this, but I did it anyway. I wanted to listen.
Did you
to
smash it
music.
with a hammer?
No, I'm not close, but I wanted to listen to music, and I couldn't hear the phone from far away, so I put it right next to me on the board next to me, and I'm smacking the nails to get it out because they're like facing the
Oh
wrong
my
direction.
god.
And I smacked one of the boards. The board I was smacking broke in half, and it flew my phone up into the air, and it actually landed where my friend was going to smack his hammer, and he smacked it right on my.
Oh my god, that's so MLG.
Right on my
Oh my god.
So
MLG phone breaking.
that's how you break phones in Florida.
Nice.
It's always
Alright,
Florida,
so
dude. I'm
my
telling
first mobile phone was actually, for some reason, I wanted the Windows phone. It was so bad.
I hate those.
It was horrible, but
Windows phone.
so it was like, the Windows 8 like apps menu instead of like the desktop. It was that, but on a phone.
Oh god, why?
So
Why would you
yeah,
have to do that?
like why? So I got that, and I think less than half a year of using it. I mean, granted, this was the first time I ever had anything that that I'd have on me at all times, but like I had to take care of it. Like with less than half a year of using it, it went through the washing machine because I just left it in my clothes
No way.
before I put it in. It was sad,
They
but
used to have
luckily I've never done that ever again. You learn. You live and you learn.
rice.
You want to know about the time I broke my LCD screen on my
Yes.
my laptop?
No, okay. So the next topic. I'm kidding.
So as a friend now, I'm using a monitor, and my computer laptop, the laptop screen is just I don't use it anymore because there's a big black crack in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was at a sleepover, right? And my sleepovers, they're really MLG, and like we get our game on. So it's pretty much esports, but in somebody's lame ass basement.
Nice.
So it was like towards the end of the night. I think we were all like going to bed and stuff. So I was sleeping on a reclining couch, and for some reason I thought my laptop was such like in a bad place to be. So I moved it under the couch because it seemed like so it wouldn't get broken or anything, so nobody would step on it. So I go down to I sleep, right, and I recline the chair correctly. And then I wake up looking for my laptop, and I realize I put it under the couch. So I open it up, and I realize it's broken, and I'm really confused. I'm like, why is this LCD screen like all of a sudden screwed up? And I started panicking, so being dumb and not realizing what was happening. I just decided to restart the computer, or the laptop, thinking it would work. And then I realized when I reclined the chair goes down, right?
Oh.
The chair goes down, and it completely smashed the top of the screen into itself. So I started freaking out because this is the only laptop that I have, and I know my parents would kill me. So I literally had a panic attack for like straight hours searching up online what to do, because I didn't know how I was supposed to confront my parents about this, because I had one job, and so anyways, I go home, and I had this whole entire presentation. And, like, can you like just imagine me like the whole entire like Google Docs presentation,
You
like,
got that
Google
PowerPoint
presentation,
up, so you
that
see.
PowerPoint up.
This is
So
what a
you-
fixed computer looks like. This is
This
my
is what
computer.
my computer.
And talking about how like children make mistakes every now and then and stuff. So anyways,
Oh, no.
I pretty much explained to them like, you know what, I have the money to go buy an LCD screen. I watched 5 YouTube videos on how to replace one. I'm pretty much set. Just order it on Amazon, and we can pretend
Oh,
like
no.
this never happened. And my mom was like, no, this is not happening. Blah, blah, blah. Just take this monitor. I'm like really mad now because my laptop is no longer like portable.
A laptop.
You can only stand, yeah. And my laptop's no longer portable because like you can't use the screen. You need a monitor to actually use it correctly. So now I'm stuck with this piece of crap. But I'm getting a new laptop soon, so
Can I just say
I'm happy
plus,
about that.
Can I just say plus 200 respect for that PowerPoint?
Thank you.
I can
Yeah.
imagine like in your parents' minds like, man, this is actually really impressive. But he did spell computer wrong in the second slide, so
He is using Comic Sans, so I don't think this is gonna fly.
this is copy and paste.
Oh God.
My little sister, every time she breaks a tablet, she gets a new one. But I think it was her first tablet she got when she was like 2 or something like that. She decided it was a smart idea to charge it underneath the reclining chair, and the same fate happened to it, except for it's split in half.
Wait, there's.
Rest in peace.
Rip in peace.
I once jumped into a pool, forgetting my phone was in my pocket. I swam for like 5 minutes, and then out of nowhere, I just have the sudden realization that there's something in my pocket. So I reach out and pull it up into the air like I caught a fish or something, and then everybody starts freaking out. Like I create such a panic, and everybody in the pool is looking at me,
Snake.
and they're like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" I was like, "My phone is wet."
You want to know what
Yeah.
would have been awesome if you're like currently like on a Minecraft pause screen and you're swimming. All right. So now
that even
I'm going.
mean?
All right, I'm going to tell a story about. This is my current phone that I did this, and I'll let you judge. All right. So so I like listening to music, right? And I like to put my phone in my cups because it echoes the music out and makes it louder. Well,
That's such a ghetto thing to do.
I went.
Yeah, but it's pretty smart.
I went to my
I have to
friend's
say.
house, and he
you
has a
put your
cup that
cup
looks
in a-
exactly like mine. So I went to put my phone into his cup, and right when I did it, the music
Oh, no.
stops. And I'm like, "Did you pause it?" He's like,
Shit.
"No." That was a full cup of milk. Half my phone is just drenched, while the other half is glitching beyond imagination.
How do you mistake
At
that
this
though?
point,
Like,
I didn't know what to do, so I just threw my phone outside, hoping it would dry.
hey, you don't know the rice strat? You need to dip it in rice, dude.
It like doesn't work though.
It does though.
But I'm not done. I forget
Oh,
my
no.
phone is out there.
He microwaves the milk.
The next day, you know what happens when milk stays out for too long.
It
My
curls,
phone
man.
smells like a
yeah.
freaking
Oh.
litter box. It
Oh,
smells horrid.
This man had cheese in his phone.
I destroyed my case. Like I just threw it in the trash can, and I took it up to the place. They look at my phone and they're like, "Oh, it's fine." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "No, there's nothing wrong with it." See, and it just starts playing music.
Nice.
So that was the story of my phone.
Okay, I have 2 things.
What an emotional roller coaster.
I say 2 things, so no one interrupt me. When I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club over the summer, like going to 6th grade or something like that. I don't remember.
You want to explain what that is?
It's like
It's a boys and girls
now
club.
I can't go there
Yeah,
because
dude.
some kid raped, not some kid, some
Wait, what?
What? Wait.
Wait a second.
You can't just say that casually, alright?
Some kid got raped?
Well, in November they started allowing people who did crimes do community service there.
Oh my god, let's not talk about this, please.
Yeah, some 16-year-old girl got raped at the park across from the street of
Okay,
the
yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, but when I went there in 6th grade,
For context, when I'm editing this video, please cut out the past 3 minutes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
I had a phone which is now buried by clothes because my parents don't know I still have it because I keep getting it taken away because they find it in my dresser drawer.
Dude, you just gotta put it up your prison pocket.
But at the time, I was not. I did something on my phone, like I was on YouTube, and that wasn't allowed. So I got my 3
Jeez,
phones.
you're freaking on YouTube? What a ruffian.
but I got my phones taken away, and I stole that one from my brother. And I had it in my bag, and I had we made slime that day with a lot of borax. And if you don't know,
Did
not
you say a
borax
lot of
contact,
borax?
not borax contact solution. And if you put too much contact solution to the slime, it starts to leak the contact solution. We put it in these cheap plastic bags, and so by the end of the day, I had a spilled soda and a whole bunch of contact solution in my bag that spilled over my phone.
Oh,
Man.
A bag of rice, and then left it in the fridge. And then, like, by the time my dad got home, I'm like, yes, he won't find out about it. And I put it in my room. But then, like,
nice.
about it, we took that phone away, and I was grounded even more.
Depression.
But the second thing, that was the only time I broke a phone. But the second time, the second thing I want to say is my sister. She used to go on Wattpad a lot. She still does. And she got my old phone, and I lost over 900 memes because my dad decided to transfer. He didn't even transfer things to my new phone, and I was gone when he did this, but I lost like over 8,000 photos and 900 memes. So I'm mad about that. But
That's kind of your fault, though. You should have warned him about it.
Yeah.
I got my dad's
Just call him
phone.
up and be like, Dad, I got really important memes on there. Don't you dare touch it.
Like, if you touch my memes, I'll be forced to, like, just be a failure.
I am running away.
I'm running away. Sir, your daughter committed suicide. What? Why? You deleted her memes.
It says on the suicide note, you deleted her memes?
Alright. Now that's just all it says on the suicide note. Alright.
You deleted my memes. Now I have
you guys,
my life.
have you guys had any life or death situations? Like
No,
times
I'm
where
not
you almost
done
died?
speaking. One sec. This is her first phone that she had since the last time she had a phone. And the last time she had a phone, my stepdad got mad at her because she wouldn't give him the password to it. So he said, "You're grounded forever now, and you're not going to get a phone until you can afford it." Then he picked up the phone and threw it on the ground, and it split.
That's a waste of money.
I feel bad for the dad because that's his money.
Yeah, he just wasted his money. He's trying to teach he's trying to teach a lesson of no wasting money. He just said, "Go ahead and waste your money."
He had that phone for a month, and she got it taken away.
That means he still had payments left on that thing.
No, he bought it from a pawn shop.
Oh, pawn shops. Sublime made a song about them.
Sort of like Goodwill every Sunday, and
Here
Pop
at
every
the
Sunday.
pawn shop.
All right, you guys, like Jack was saying, do you guys have any life or death situation?
I have one, and that's it.
No.
I'll make one up for you, Stars. Don't worry. But so,
What?
3 years
I can
ago,
change that.
there's a beach down where I live, and it has a bunch of like huge freaking rocks that go all the way out into the ocean. Me and my friends are walking on these rocks, and you can imagine because they're out in the ocean, they have like barnacles and stuff like that. Well, all my friends they were smart. They went barefoot. I wore flip flops. So
No.
I started I was sliding around everywhere. I almost slid into a bed of oysters.
Oh, dude.
Luckily, my friend was like right next to me, and he helped me out.
I've never actually had like a life or death situation, but I've got lost in foreign countries a bunch of times, which could have led to my death.
Got lost in foreign countries. Who
Yeah,
doesn't?
How do
know
you
what?
do that?
How about this? Who doesn't do that?
I barely see the sun. How do you
I barely see the
It's
sun.
actually really scary because the thought, like, you don't have any communication because it's not like your phone's gonna work out. At least my phone is not international, so it's not like I can contact. It's not like I speak the language. It's not like I can contact my parents. So it's like, it's really like if you get lost, you're kind of screwed. I'm not sure. You want to hear the story about how I got lost in Cancun?
Sure.
Sure.
Cancun is in Mexico, by the way. So
Mexico.
we're doing this explore thing, right? Where it's like zip lining and like safari rides and stuff. And there's like a lot of like where you like swim in caves. It's pretty cool. So I think we're in the lobby or something, but it's not like a normal lobby. It's in a cave.
Ooh,
So we're all looking for somewhere to eat.
I love.
So we're looking at a bunch of signs, and I decided to be my own little Boy Scout and walk like 5 feet to the left to look at another set of signs, and then I look back and my family's gone. So, I'm like 12 years old or something, 12 or 13.
Nah, bro.
So I look back and they're completely gone. So I'm like,
They vanished.
okay, I don't know what to do. But I've always heard if you ever get lost, you want to stay still.
You gotta stop, drop, and roll. What are you talking about?
Clearly. So at the same time, I don't know why I cared so much, but I didn't want to look like a pussy, right? So, I go to like the fountain drinks, get myself a drink, sit down, and just contemplate my life, and then a bunch of bad thoughts start flooding my brain. Like, what if I'm stuck here forever? What if I have to get like adopted by an Hispanic family or something? So.
Right.
I go to the lobby, people, and I want to tell them I'm lost and I need help, but I don't want to sound like, once again, like a pussy. So I tell them,
Who's gonna
hey,
think you're one though? You're lost.
I don't know why I care so much. So anyway, I go up to them, I'm like, hey, my family was looking for a restaurant, but now I can't find my family. Do you know where I can find a restaurant? So I was hoping
No
he
hablo
would
inglés.
emphasize. No, he knew English because like I think all the employees needed to know English, but it was like very rough English. So I was hoping he would get the emphasis on the part where I say I'm lost, I can't find them.
Oh,
But he was like,
you just
"Oh
want
no,
the
you
drink.
have to take a right, go up there, take a left, and then you have to go up more a little bit, take a right." He just gave me a bunch of directions I was never gonna figure out. So I sit down, and then that's when the waterworks start going down. Like I start crying, dude, because I was like, I'm not ready to be adopted by an Hispanic family. Like I want to be in America, right? Like North America, or I am in North America, but I want to be in the United States. I want to go back home. Blah blah. I don't want to do this anymore. So I start crying, and the next thing you know, I found my dad next to me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You lost your child. What do you mean? What am I doing?" And he was like, "Come on, let's go." I'm like, "So we're just not going to talk about the fact you lost your child in a foreign country?" And I was scarred ever since.
Wow.
I have never had a death experience, but the closest thing I can get to was when
Walking in the grass.
No, but it's funny because I have a lot of allergic reactions to that stuff. Once during school, my we had two PE teachers in my elementary school, and so one of them was mowing the grass while we were outside, and I told my teacher to take my allergy medicine, and I'm allergic to grass, and she goes, "Oh, you're fine." And then we went to the field where he just mowed the lawn, and I came inside, and I'm completely covered in hives, and my mom has to come get me and take me home.
That is really close to getting lost in a foreign country. You're right.
But we're not talking about that. When I was in 5th grade, I think, and I was like 5 feet tall, but my dad decided to get me a mountain bike that was too tall for me, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll grow into it." And I'm scared to ride things down the hill, especially if it's too big for me. And I can ride bikes but not this bike. So I was like wobbling down it, and someone threw a rock at my tire. Since I was going so slow, like it hit the tire, and then I flew forward, tire bent, and then like my wrist got stuck under my arm. And
oh, that sounds rough.
I just sprained my wrist and walked away with a bruise.
Oh, I have a good question.
But my bike was fine. And I was putting my sister into the car, and we have this Explorer. I don't know what to call it, but we have an Explorer. But I was putting her into the car, and she was like a baby. Not really a baby, she was 2. But I put her in the car, and for some reason, I don't know how this happened, I was closing the door with my right hand, but somehow my left hand pointer finger got caught in the door.
Oh, that's so rough. Oh my god. I can't even imagine that.
And I was just like sitting there, and the first thing that happened is I had gloves on, so I wasn't able to see anything, and I'm like, "How?" And then I looked at my mom, and she goes, "What are you doing?" And so I opened the door because I realized it wasn't locked, and so I like walked into the car, and I'm like, "Everything's fine." I wasn't crying or anything. My face was pale. And my mom looks at me. She goes, "Are you okay, Ash? Are you okay?" And I go, and I go, I smashed my finger in the door. Then I start crying and I start taking off my glove. And the only thing I see is like my entire hand is covered in blood. And I start screaming.
Oh, dude, that's such a waste of a glove.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
We're so focused on the waste of a glove and not the fact that she was like scarred forever from car doors.
yes, I cannot I always freak out whenever my little sister closes the door because she was the one I was putting in the car, and whenever I put her in the car, fixed. But now whenever I put her in the car, I'm like, look,
She opens it whenever she opens a car door. She has a mini panic attack.
You get like PTSD.
Holy crap! Oh my god! The car opened. The door is opening. Oh my god!
But we went to I went to my little sister's daycare, and the teacher, she cleaned my finger, and she's like, "You're gonna have a lot of pain until it recovers." And I'm like, "I'm a big boy," and I start crying, and she's like, putting my finger under the sink. And we went to Walmart in like 30 minutes away by my mom's work because she was taking me to work because I obviously couldn't go to school. And so I had like that stuff wrapped around my finger, and at the time I was really obsessed with making duct tape wallets, so she bought me a lot of duct tape. And during the day, like my blood pockets like just kept popping whenever I made a duct tape wallet.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Why?
What?
But then the next day my dad ripped my fingernail off.
Why?
This is all took a turn. Wait.
Wait,
Falling off.
are we
and it
still
was
talking
dirt.
about the car PSD?
I don't know.
Talking about the aftermath of it? But now my finger,
Oh.
it's like split. Not really split. Like you can't see it unless unless you look under the nail. But there's like a part of it like ruined,
Oh
like
god.
skin, and so like whenever I like cut my nails or anything, there's like an extra layer of nail there, and it's really hard to do anything.
Oh god, Leia. Let's change the subject real quick. I don't want to. Just do not want to hear about that right now.
Blood.
Have you guys ever had like a crazy adventure that was close to breaking the law, but like not even? It's like it's not that bad.
I got a time of me breaking the law
Alright, let's hear it.
on accident.
On accident.
I think we've all accidentally.
I mean, I pirate games all the time, but besides that,
Oh, Sam.
I'm talking about like IRL. So
Mine.
see what happened was, if you go back to the early stages of my YouTube channel, you will notice that I have a herping series where I try to look for reptiles and stuff. Well, the last episode of that was supposed to be me and four of my friends who were walking around the woods, and we find a train track. And we start walking on these train tracks, and apparently it's illegal to walk on train tracks. So we're walking on these train tracks, and a train drives by, and we all step off like a solid 50, 60 feet away from it, and start like waving at the train as it goes by. And the guy waves back. So when the train is gone, we continue walking, and this person just drives up, and she's all like, "Alright, I need all of you kids to come over here right now and stop your recordings." And we're like, okay. And we walk over there, and she starts telling us how we broke the law and we're going to jail or whatever for vandalizing the property of the JEA or whatever. And we're all like, what? We were just walking next to the train tracks. And she thought that we destroyed a piece of the train track that was further down the mile. We didn't. So, yeah, she called the cops on us, and
She just ran.
Luckily, she went back in her car. She told us she went back in her car and started calling the cops. Me and my friends, we looked at each other, and we decided to bolt. And when we were bolting back to our neighborhood, my friend's cousin drives by with his pickup truck, and we all hop in the back of his truck and drive back home.
What are the chances you're so lucky?
Dude, we would have been caught if it weren't from my friend's cousin.
What about you, Stars? Do you got any good stories?
Good stories. I mean,
anything that concerns like nearly breaking the law.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
No. You keep cutting out very frequently.
I'm sorry. My childhood friend, she decided she was going to run away with this gang over the summer. in the morning, and so they decided it would be a good idea to jump onto the train as it was driving by.
Oh no.
She went under the train, and she got her legs cut off and one of her arms.
That was this
Oh my
summer?
God.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Lord. Press F in the
Oh.
chat for that.
Yeah.
She's in Chicago right now. She had a surgery
her
to
leg
get her leg back on, but I don't know if it went very well because I went back home before I could hear any result. But she was in Iowa City. Now she's in Chicago.
God
Oh.
damn.
What's with you and stories about people hurting themselves?
I told you.
Yeah, like,
Febreze
what is your life?
Febreze got the stories.
Let's go on to the next topic.
Wait,
So
no, I
next
got
topic-
one good story. Sorry if I don't mean to interrupt, but I got one good story about nearly
About
breaking the law.
interrupting.
Be safe
No,
around.
that too.
Be safe around trains. A message from Metro. Alright.
Alright, so, by the way, before I tell the story, I don't condone. I don't support the use of underage drinking.
Oh man.
So it was I was just to hang out with my friend group, which is like a few girls and a few guys, and I was actually at the go with the Castle House, right? The Castle House. So I think I don't remember what exactly the occasion was, but I knew we were all just hanging out, having a good time. And then I think my whole time moral code before that was like no drugs, no alcohol. But I guess I kind of was a bit lenient with the alcohol rule.
Holy crap!
Wait, what happened?
Jack.
You're right.
He was lenient with the alcohol.
Okay. So
No. Okay, Jack, you can't just yell, "Holy crap," and then expect us not to freak out, and then just say he was being lenient about the alcohol. You don't
Are you
do
guys
that.
implying that I'm not paying full attention to this?
Yeah, I was grabbing
Kinda.
a book.
we can talk about something else if you want.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
So anyways, I was just hanging out with the guys, right? And then all of a sudden, a bunch of the girls, they were gone, I guess, and I never noticed. And they all start coming in. They start like a few of them are crying, and I'm kind of like, wait, what happened? Because we were kind of it's like a second office, I guess, in their backyard. We were kind of hanging out there, and that's separate from the house, by the way. So we were hanging out there, and then the girls start crying for some reason, and everybody's really confused, and they're like out of breath and stuff. And when I finally get one of them to explain it to me, and it turns out like their nanny who was home caught them in their kitchen drinking like vodka or something, right?
Oh.
So and the nannies was like apparently called their parents. So everybody starts freaking out. We're like, oh my god, we're gonna get caught. We're gonna get in trouble. Like even though I didn't drink any of it. Like I was I'm still involved in the situation, I guess.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, you guys need to call whoever's picking you up, and you need to get picked up right now. So all the guys start panicking, and the girls are straight freaking out. And what's even worse for the girls is that they're sleeping over.
Oh,
So
snap.
it's not like the guys are fun, but like the girls have no excuse but to like face the punishment.
Damn,
Right.
bro.
And all rich bratty
Damn.
type girls. So everybody starts flipping out. And luckily, when the time this happened, my brother was already on his way home. But I remember my brother talking to me once, and he was like, if you're in a situation where you're like it's tight and you really need a ride home, like real quick, like if there's drinking and stuff, then you call me right away. So I called him, I told him the situation, and he was pretty lax with it. And he was like, yeah, I'm coming right now. I'll pick you and your friend up, or yeah, it's fine. So everybody's in there, in the parking, where like she has a fountain in front of her house, and that's where all the cars usually line up. So everybody's waiting there, and everybody's panicking. We're like, and all the guys, they're like, oh my god, these girls are so stupid. We need to go home immediately. So everybody's freaking out, and then as cars start coming in, everybody's like really paranoid. Like, what if they're the parents? So finally, I'm one of the first cars to get there. So like, a weight was instantly relieved from my shoulders, and I get out of there. But I remember seeing and I remember driving like out of their driveway. There's a I see the parents in the other car. So I know at least some of the other guys are screwed. So I go home and everything's fine. But I had one of my friends explain to me the aftermath. Apparently, the guys were fine. Like they went home fine. But apparently, the dad forced all of the girls he smelled all their breaths to make sure to see who was actually drinking and stuff. And can you guess what the punishment was for the girl who was hosting, the one who actually lives in the castle?
She had to live in the horse pen.
Nothing.
What?
Whoa.
Nothing.
Oh my
She didn't
God.
get her phone taken away. She was able to hang out. Just 2 days later, nothing happened. And none of the parents knew about it either. They're like, oh, everybody was completely let off. And I'm like, if that was me, I would have been disowned by my parents.
Dang, bro.
But yeah,
Damn.
that's that.
Well,
that's that story.
We got time for one more topic.
Do the,
Right.
See, let's do a really good one.
the weird things you've eaten. Well,
Weird things
Not
what?
everybody can relate to that.
I have a lot of stuff, no
Yeah,
joke. Like,
but we gotta get something everyone can relate to. Let's see.
Um,
How about this? I like specific oceans. Is the internet replacing watching TV? Well,
yes,
as much as I would like it to not, I believe it is.
it is. It's not even sad anymore. Do you know how much, the bill is for cable? I swear,
True.
my mom replaced when we moved house, instead of getting cable, we ditched our cable lines and just got a Roku TV,
that's
and
me.
it cut our bill in half, of our TV bills.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
I
Why,
was
why
trying
do we
to.
need cable anymore? You have Netflix, you have Amazon Prime, you have
I
YouTube.
think it's just convenience at
stuff.
this point. Because
Yeah.
I think as kids get younger, it's why would you need to go downstairs and put yourself out of the way just to sit down in front of a TV when you can just pull out your phone, which is pretty much always on you, and
Yeah.
just watch whatever you need.
I still
Got
like
phones,
watching
computers,
movies and stuff
iPads.
on the TV. I can totally watch movies on my computer, but I usually don't.
You know what's really sad though? My sister, we got her an iPad when she was 3, and now she's addicted to watching YouTube Kids on it.
That's
And
one thing
it's
I don't. I think parents should not give their little kids iPads. They only do it
I
because
know,
it
right?
it distracts them. It makes it so they don't have to worry about them for a couple hours at a time. I don't think they should do that. What my parents did is, yes, I did get my Xbox when I was 8, but that was when I was 8, and I still didn't use that 24/7.
Yeah, but that's a
Mhm.
that's a fine age. I feel like if you give a child an electronic at that young of an age, you're depriving them of so many opportunities to kind of
Be
live
a
out their
child.
childhood. I feel like if you were to do that instantly, that child would much rather prefer Fortnite over going out with playing outside and stuff like that.
Cracking a cold
And
one with
honestly-
the boys.
Think about it this
Pretty
way.
much.
If teenagers already do that, they say, "Oh, I'd rather do this than go out hang out with my parents." If you start them off early with that type of crap, you're not going to get them out of the house.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't supposed to have anything on new. I got my right, and
Cutting out a bit.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Would you get those new?
What?
Okay, guys.
That's it.
Thanks for watching this
Are
episode.
we cutting it
of
off?
That's it.
All right. Whoever brought up the solitary confinement podcast, I almost said.
All
that.
right, I'm doing the outro. Thank you guys for watching this episode 8 of the Rancid Red podcast. We have Handsome Jack, also known as Ender, Febreze, the Pacific Ocean, and Stars Down. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Also, stop DMing me if you can be in the podcast. I'll say no.